Hi everyone, my name's Alan Hamilton and I'm standing as a candidate in the seat of McConnell for the Informed Medical Options Party. And today I wanted to talk about three things. The first thing I wanted to talk about was failure as a business plan. And this is something that I think we really need to resist. I had talked with my wife and kids about having a positively constructed candidacy, but I think we're in very dangerous times and there are some things we really simply have to say no to. And I'm going to begin by saying no to those things, and then later on I'll get on to talking about, perhaps in another forum, I'll get on to talking about the positive constructions that I think we need to take forward, and Alana has certainly, and other candidates here have certainly spoke about some of that. But by failure as a business plan, what I mean is this: the pharmaceutical companies of the world have told us since March, when this COVID disease first began, that they are going to develop a vaccine that simply won't work. That is to say, if you take that vaccine, it will not protect you. And I think that's really criminal. We should not accept a vaccine that doesn't work. We should send those guys back to the lab and say, you've got all these scientists working on 180 different vaccines, go and invent one that actually works. But therein lies the rub. If they develop a vaccine that actually works and you take it and it works for you, what do you care whether I take one or not? And they don't sell anywhere near as many vaccines as they want. So by putting failure at the centre of their business plan and getting governments to come in behind them and coerce the entire global population to take vaccines, they really get to promulgate essentially a Ponzi scheme around the world, where if you take a vaccine and it doesn't work for you unless the next person gets it and the next person and the next person, it really operates just like a Ponzi scheme. And that's the business plan. And I work in business and I think that's really insidious. One of the most insidious aspects of that plan is that it turns the community against itself. And what you see is mothers of young children who care deeply for their children starting to lay claims to the bodily integrity of other mothers' children. And if you really think about how profoundly evil that is, and that is also part of this business plan, look back in history, any time that anybody laid a claim to another person's body, when did it end well? Slavery, men's claims over women's bodies, and firstly in marriage, childbirth, abortion, etc. It never ends well. So I really stand for bodily integrity. The other thing I wanted to speak about too was, where does all this end? And a lot of my friends challenge me and say, you know, what's the end game here? You know, you've got all these ideas, you think everyone's out to get you, what's the end game? And I've thought a lot about that, and the end game as I see it is the same as it's always been. It's the end game that was behind the whole European colonial expansion into the Americas, South America, North America, Canada, the way native indigenous populations were treated there. When British colonialists came to Australia, you can imagine, what did our indigenous brethren think? What is it that these people want? What's the end game? Well, we now know what the end game is, or what it was, and it's still really the same. And they wanted everything. They wanted all the land, all the rivers, all the trees, everything. And you know what? They got it. And we've been beneficiaries of that, and we've kind of tacitly gone along with it. We've had very comfortable lives. But now that system, that predatory system, is being turned against us. And we've got technology companies who are looking to consume every single aspect of our social interactions, everything about our personal engagement with technology and with each other. Pharmaceutical companies that are looking to really take advantage of our body and our bodily integrity. And that's the end game. Where will it end? They will never stop, really. They want to take everything, and we need to stand up now and say enough is enough. So I'm standing for the Informed Medical Options Party because I really believe in those things, and I'm in the seat of McConnell. Appreciate your vote. Thank you.